my top 10k tips coming up. Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining us again for another, well I hope, great video, because today we're going to be talking about 10k tips. Yeah, because 10k, believe it or not, is actually the most popular race here in the UK in terms of the number of people running them. So yeah, here's all of my top tips to get you, yes you, that PB that you deserve. So sit back, relax, grab a pen and paper or grab your iPad or phone to make some notes as we go along, because this is going to get you that PB that you deserve. So right, let's get stuck into this. Let's go. Right guys, the first thing we need to do is find the right race to enter, basically, because yeah, if you can find a nice flat course with not too many turns, that's going to make a big difference to your potential in the 10k. Now a lot of people ask me about footwear. Is there sort of specific footwear you need for running a 10k? Well, not really. It's basically the same sort of things that you're going to be wearing for your marathon racing. So yeah, don't need to go out and buy specific shoes. The only exception to that is if you've got a 10k on the track, then maybe look at getting some spikes. But in my experience, the type of shoes you've been doing your half marathon, marathon are going to be absolutely perfect for 10k running as well. And also you need to be thinking about what your goal is for the day. So a lot of people, you might be building up to a 10k, or you might have done some marathons and you're becoming sort of down in distance to run the 10k. So as always, I'll put the Jack Daniels calculator down below in the comments, down below in the notes, and have a look in there. Type in some of your previous race results and it will give you an indication of what you can do in the 10k. Also really recommend having a look at some race reports from other races. Maybe someone like myself has run the race before on YouTube and you've got some insider tips. Really good. I look at race reports all the time before I do races. A little bit of things like what times it start, what drinks and things are giving out on the course, just some might be where to park, is there going to be a dedicated warm-up, all this type of stuff. Really good to know before you set out on the day. And finally, in the whole planning stage, get your watch set up nicely. I'd have lap pace on the screen, and then you can keep an eye on that all the way through the run to make sure you're not going off too fast or too slow, and that's really going to help you, and I think pace your run far better than just using average, which is what a lot of people tend to do. So yeah, have I missed anything there in the planning stages? As always guys, let me know down in the comments for your little tips and tricks as we go along. Right, let's move on to the next one. Right guys, so you've got your event there planned in, and now we need to plan out our training. So yeah, a really good weekly structure that I would use if I was training for a 10k would be to first of all start out, you've got to have that weekly long run. Now 10k, yes, it's a little bit shorter than what some people are used to, but it's still an aerobic event and it's all about getting there and building that engine inside us. So a weekly long, easy paced run, low heart rate running is going to be really crucial. Also, you're going to need to get some speed sessions in there. We'll come on to those in the next point, in the next tip with some session ideas, but a weekly speed session really important. And then a recovery run, a really super easy run, a little bit lower heart rate, sort of that zone 1 heart rate running, just to let the legs get that lactic acid and everything out of the legs and just help them turning over. And then also what I'd recommend is something like a fartlek run, or a tempo run in there every other week as well, just to give that engine a little bit more work and just improve that VO2 max and get that raised up nicely, which is going to be really good come race day. Right, let's move on and chat about some session ideas. Right guys, so this is the fun stuff. It's all about sessions and building these into the week. Now of course you can download some dedicated 10k training plans on the website that we have available. I'll put those links down below. But if you want to do this freestyle and do it yourself, I've got some great sessions here that you can build into your week. So we'll start out with some of the shorter repeats. So around about 400, well they are 400 meter repeats with a 60-second rest after each one. So 400 meters fast, 60-second recovery. Now if you're a newer runner, I'd say between 6 and 8 repetitions of this, more intermediate, about 8 to 10, and a more advanced runner, anything like 12, 13, 14 times 400 meters. In terms of pace, you want to be looking around about that sort of 85% effort for these. And always with sessions, make sure you get that good warm up and warm down in before you start. Moving on a little bit to do that 1K repeats. My favorite session is K reps, and this is going to stand you in really good stead come race day. So again, the same sort of thing, a kilometre fast, and then I'd give yourself around about 2 to 3 minutes just walking recovery between each rep here. And you want to be doing these pace-wise between your 5 and 10K pace. So not all out 5K pace, but not your goal pace either. So somewhere between the two is what you need to be looking for, that sort of guide for when you're running these. And then moving up to the next step is mile repeats, and this is when we can get some practice in at our goal pace. Really good session to be doing. So a mile, or about 1600 meters, and do these at your 10K pace, and give yourself again around about 2 or 3 minutes, just a nice brisk walk between each rep. And finally, one other session I'd recommend is the pyramid run. I really like these. It gets us running at lots of different paces, and it's a really good mental test as well. So yeah, we're trying to get fit during these sessions, but also we're trying to train our brain to deal with that sort of pain come race day, because 10K is a tough old distance to get right. So what do I mean by a pyramid session? What I'd normally do is 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5, and then 4, 3, 2, 1, coming back down the side. So it looks like a pyramid basically. And between all of these reps, you're looking around about that 2 minute, again, 2 minute brisk walk between them. For your 1, 2s and 3s, you're probably thinking there something around about that 85% effort level, giving it a really good effort. 4 and 5s, a little bit slower, around about your 5K pace for those ones. So yeah, start off really quite quick and then slowing down a little bit as we build up to the 5s. So there you have it, guys. There's 3 sessions there, really good for training for 10Ks. And yeah, let me know your session ideas down below as well, some things that you would like to build into your sessions, and yeah, we'll have a chat about that. Right guys, moving on. So we've got all of this in place, we're now nice and fit. Now we've got to work on our form and get strong. So yeah, drills, strength work and strides, 3 really important things to get into your week. So starting off with drills, I'll link down below to my dedicated drills video, so go and check that out. But yeah, I like to get these in at least once a week, and usually like to do these before I head out on one of my easy runs. Drills are really going to help you improve your form, and yeah, I'll put some things up on the screen here of some drills that I'd recommend doing. And as I say, check out that dedicated video and make some notes and add those into your week. Strength work, that old adage, yes, you can't run fast without being really strong. Just putting 1 session in per week is going to make so much difference to your running, I guarantee it. All stuff you can do at home, your squats, your lunges, your calf raises and things like that. Easily fit those into your week. So important, especially when it comes to this faster running. And finally, strides. Now everybody should be doing strides, believe me, really important. Put this in after one of your easy runs during the week. What I mean by strides, around about 20 seconds, which for some people, you can either do about 20 seconds or around about 100 meters of really flat out running, about 95% effort, really giving it your all, full speed, and then recover for around about 20 to 30 seconds, just recovery, and then turn around and back again. This really helps promote really good form, and it's really good strength work as well. Right guys, so race week, it's here. It's time to put all of this into practice and see what you're capable of on the day. I'm sure it'll be very good. But what I get asked quite a lot is all about tapering. Do you need to taper for a 10K? Well, it's not the same as tapering for a marathon. What I recommend is about 7 days, just in that last 7 days, to drop your distance down nicely. Do your last session around about sort of 5 to 6 days before race day, and then yeah, taper it down nicely, a couple of rest days, and you'll be all good to go come the weekend. Now in terms of how to pace the race, 10Ks are really tricky. So what I recommend is work out your goal pace and what you want to achieve on the day. Now for the first 3K of the race, start a little bit slower than that, go off nice and easy. So 3K, just a little bit below your goal pace, then the middle 4K running at your goal pace, And then for the last 3K, ahead of your goal pace, you can sort of open up the taps as such and sort of blow the doors off a little bit, give it your all over that last 3K. And that sort of pacing strategy of slow, medium, fast will work really well for a 10K. Now, when you get to the start line, you want to be nicely warmed up. So many amateur runners are really worried about losing energy by doing a really good warm up. For me, I'm always going to do about 3K of nice, easy running before any race that I do to get everything nicely warmed up before the start. So you've got all your dynamic stretches done, you're standing on the start line ready to go. Now, in terms of fueling for the day, you really don't need to take anything out there on the course with you. If it's me, no gels, I just simply take probably a couple of sips of water before the start, and then if they're giving out some liquids on the course, I'll take a liquid, some water or sports drink out on the course, but no gels are needed for a 10K. In terms of breakfast, just have your regular breakfast that you'd have on any other day, and just make sure it's nicely digested before, so you're having that about sort of 2 hours before race day, and it's nicely digested by the time you start the race. Right guys, so there you have it. They're all of my top 10K tips. And as always, let us know down in the comments anything I've missed out on, anything I didn't touch on. Yeah, let us know down there and we can share these tips with everybody and help everybody come out and get some PBs or PRs if you're over in America. But what I say, the most important thing in all of this is just to go out there and have fun. None of us are professional athletes. Well, some of us are, maybe, if you're watching, but yeah, none of us are professional athletes. It's just about going out, having some fun, running with a smile on your face. That really is the best thing you can do to go out there and give it your all on race day. As always, make sure you tag me on Instagram and on Strava and things in your run. I'd love to see how you get on, and yeah, hitting all of those PBs. So that's it, we're off to go and get some more training in, so we're ready to go when races are back on again in the future. We cannot wait to see you on the start line coming up as well. So thanks guys, thank you for the support with all the hats, the Patreon supporters, people buying hoodies, and of course the 10K training plans on the website as well. And we will see you in the next